Well, good afternoon and welcome back as we see the commencements of the St. Mark's inning. First delivery from Murray outside the off stump. Bit of a wee movement. Lambert, the keeper. And there's no run. St. Mark's requiring 169 for victory. And certainly, Ali, we expect a keen contest this afternoon.
Yeah, that's a challenging score on that surface. It's not the kind of surface that a lot of shots have been played on. So once the bowlers keep it tight, suspect that the batsmen will have some difficulties.
Wide of the off stump will be signal wide there. Again, just strain outside the off stump and moving wider. John Mark just signaling wide. The slip from Murray is a slip and a gully. Bishop now is, let's see, just bringing that gully a bit closer. I wonder if we should call that gully at least. Kind of strange position. Pretty close for the new ball. But again, ball leaving the left-handed Anju. So the offside field is one slip, gully, third man on the boundary, cover, extra cover, and a mid-off fairly deep. The leg side we have a mid-on also fairly deep, a mid-wicket, and a field on the long leg boundary. As Murray comes left arm over the wicket, again his ball leaving the left-handed Andrews as he looking to drive. St. Mark's require 169 for victory. Again, conditions really splendid, really good for cricket. Andrew. Again, swinging delivery outside the off stump. Banju looking to drive. But we've certainly seen some movements there, Ali.
Yes, bowling over the wicket left hand. I think surprising that the ball still seems to be moving away that much. Probably if it had gone wrong the wicket, I still see a steeper movements. But very good line so far. Just three deliveries of four, but outside the off stump.
Yeah, well, the tendency is, left-hander had that natural movement in terms of swing. And he seemed to be getting the ball to move away nicely. I think what is important, just to pitch it on a good length and probably closer to the batsman, encourage him to drive. And give the fielders an opportunity in the slip and gully.
With the natural movement there from the left hand, that would be the one coming into the
Yeah,
stand then.
yeah. The one going away from the right hander.
Right, but
That
he's
he's
moving
yeah.
away from the left
That's
hand, which is a little more difficult to accomplish.
good line, very good line. Again, good delivery. End of the first over. St. Mark's one without loss, and certainly interesting over bowled by Murray.
Yeah, very good over. You can see his thinking. He kept a very good line in terms of just outside the off stump, and then the last one seems to bring it back just a bit, and so a very good first over. Of course, not much pace in the wicket as yet in his deliveries, but of course we have probably identified that the wicket is not a very quick wicket. And so it's not surprising, but very good first over.
But Shion Andrew has scored 79 runs in the tournament on a highs of 38. He's one of the players that has really impressed quite a lot. Played for the St. Mark's senior team, and one expects that they would be banking on him. He had 4 innings, highs of 38. Certainly would be looking. St. Mark's would be looking to him today. Lewis And that's the right-handed Lewis, and he will be facing Wesley Hayes. From that southern end. Again with a slip and a gully as he's right arm over the wicket. This is full. It goes in the air, goes in the air. Someone is getting close and it's taken there. A full delivery. And interesting down the leg side. And just looking to help it along. We look at the replay and see what happened there, but seemed to come off the top of the bat and went down to what would be a short third man. I think the field at point run around and taking the catch. We look at the replay and see what happened, but important blue strokes and Davis picking up the first wicket.
Yeah, very good wicket to get so early, and of course when we looked at the first inning where the opening stand was a pretty long one, this one in his second over, as I said, the replay has not come up, but I think it was a ball behind his back down the leg side, and he tried to just turn it, but not in the normal manner. He looked sort of tucked up in trying to turn it around, and so took the back of the bat and schoon high in the air and taking him in the gully.
Yeah, it wasn't the best delivery. Bowled by Hayes first up. I think it would have been called a wide, but he tried to help it. I think it was a shot that was on, but I just think that he was in the right position, and probably could have been a slow delivery, probably early into the shot, but being able to get high up on the bat and those takings, it's 1 for 1 as the Dante Alexander. Yeah, just seeing a change. Dante Alexander coming in. We just tried to verify. One expected Ogis coming at number 3. We just kind of verify. And this one is played down to square leg. This is going to run into the boundary for 4. Neat shot play. And that seemed to be Ogis, Akim Ogis. Ball pitch up on the pad, and he walked it neatly off his leg down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, and very good shot for a shot up, but he is a top batsman and in form, and so easy pickings on the pads, right up, half volley, tucks it away, 4 runs.
Yeah, he will be vital to St. Mark's chase to get to the score 169.
Definitely, a lot will
and
be
has shown
dependent
that he has tremendous ability playing at the highest level. So he is. This one is hit through the covers, a short delivery, and he really spun that on with all the ease in the world. Picked up another 4, so good confident start by Ogis. He moves to 8 from 2 deliveries. The score, I make it 11. For 1. Or we just try to confirm the score there. This one is played to a backward square, which is vacant. The field line forward square having to come around, so that's 1 more to Ogis. You quickly move to 10. Andrew comes in to strike. Shion Andrew not yet off the mark. A packed offside field as Hayes. Again, good delivery. That came back. They just seem to, as Andrew was on his back foot, came back and just seemed to stay down a bit. Come off the edge and and almost went into the stumps. It came off the edge and just bounced out on the offside.
It seems the movement at the ball surprised him quite a bit because he was playing literally down the wrong line.
Outside the off stump, no shot offered. That completes the second over. The score 10 for 1. St. Mark's requiring 169 for victory. Ogies on 9, 1 extra.
Ogies to St. Mark's, it's like Bishop to St. David's. Bishop didn't get going today.
Yeah.
So let's see what Ogies will do. But two very talented young batsmen. Let's see if Ogies has that right mentality to stay and bat as his ability is.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he has been doing well. I think when you look at both players, Bishop for St. David's, Ogies for St. Mark's, Ogies have been really the standout one. He got 65 not out in the previous game against St. David's, and does show, seem to show, steady head, concentration, being able to build an inning. I think that's the difference, in that he's the sort of player that, assess the situation, being able to deal with it. I think likewise Bishop might be a little different in that he's going to go out there and, he's the sort of player that going to play a lot of shots, and seemingly being able to play just one way. There is a definite difference, and I trust you probably would see something a little different in the way that Ogies bat for St. Mark's. If you're going to compare with how Bishop will bat for St. David's.
Definitely.
He's a more, in my view, a more complete player, more mature player. And therefore, you could see him that he picks up the line. He's not rushed. He assesses situation well, and he could be really the difference between both teams. A nice length, a nice movement by Kosamori.
And based on the previous over, Ogies will have to keep a good eye on him because he could bring back the ball. He has been so far getting them to move away, but he has that ability to bring it back. And really a good line and length for sort of medium pace.
Yeah, he is getting a bit of a movement, He just needs to continue to keep that line, force the batsman to come onto the front foot, and keeping the ball up to the bat, giving an opportunity to swing away from the left-handed batsman. We are in over number 3. St. Mark's 10 for 1. Again, continue the slip and the gully. Third man wide. This one just seemed to come back as he.
That's what I was talking about. I know the bowler has that ability, and I thought that Ogies was leaving some balls pretty close to the off stump, and that one did come back and caught him in no man land. Fortunately, got an edge to it, but I think very good spell so far from Murray.
Well, the left-handed Andrew comes in to strike Murray. A good delivery, beautiful delivery that beat him all ends up. Superb over bowler by Murray.
Excellent over, left arm over the wicket, moving the ball in both directions, and really had the batsman thinking. I think the batsman survived, but very, very good over from Murray.
Yeah, and it's important that he will have to bowl well. I think all the bowlers will have to bowl well. It's making the point that St. Mark's boasts of quite a number of spinners, and Probably the spinners probably might be a little more difficult to get away. Coming off the fast bowlers, the tendency of scoring easily. I think you can see that happening rather easily. Hayes. Again, just bowling to the 3 fielders on the leg side. The line have to be consistent. Wide signal. This one went down the leg side. Republic Bank Rightstart under 19 GCA Cup Finals. St. Davis would have won this tournament 2018-2019. This one is stroked beautifully back past the bowler, and that's going to go into the boundary for really good time in there.
Very good shot. Pitched up on the half volley and stroked it straight as he would like to, just beating the off stump on the opposite end. The bowler had very little chance, and neither mid-off or mid-on had a chance. Very good shot, very straight.
It's 16 for 1. Ogie's on 14. And really played 3 beautiful shots. The boundaries that he hit were really, really good shots. And he's this sort of player. He have a stroke maker.
Lots of timing in his shots. Well, the running between the wickets in the first inning was not at its best, and there just one incident already so early in the inning. I think St. Mark's would be hoping for a better performance in the running between the wickets.
What that have been a concern in my view, an issue with the batting of St. David's in terms of the running between the wicket, and not only in this the junior team but also in the senior team. That have been really an issue of concern, and we had today 2 important two really crucial runouts. Prophet was the first to go, and then we had Murray, and that really would have changed things for St. David's.
I think running between the wicket, you have to be on same level. What I noticed is that some the runners are very quick and others are not, so they had different level of thought in terms of where a single could be had, and I think that's what putting them in difficulty.
But there are some, as this one is hit over cover, single going back for 2 leg, and they get 2 runs there. As that ball was hit over cover and not getting the timing, it went high into the air, and the fielder they having to run back 2 runs. But just to get back to as we conclude another over, it's 19 for 1. The whole question of the running between, there are some basic things that obviously the batsmen need to know, and you need to practice to make sure that you understand that. And to me, the biggest problem seemed to be the communication, the calling with the wickets, understanding when it's your call and when it's not your call. This is also important. The whole aspect of how you ground in the wicket, where you're going to be facing the ball so you see what is happening. And to me, the players have to understand that. It just doesn't seem as though everybody understands. And I think if they get it right, despite obviously the different speed of the players, they will know that there are some basic things they need to know. The ball is behind your back, you know that it's a non-striker to call. In front of you, you know it's a striker to call. Again, wide could be signal. Again, movement, as this one is kind of wide outside the off stump. Yeah, making a point, you had to know when to call. And I think also the grounding, where the batsmen are required to face the direction of the ball, that is so vital. So when both batsmen is turning, I think both of them is looking at the direction where the ball is. So right there, they could decide based on what happens whether they can go back, whether they can continue running, and that to me is lacking.
Yeah, I agree that the things that you said are so true, but also added to the fact of the different levels in the cricket is very evident because some of the players play at different levels. So where the top player that is fit and they will take the single. In the case of I saw Teddy, for example, Bishop, he training, he much fitter than the guys, and where he will take a single, and instead of playing the game to the new player, he expect the player to play the game to him, and so confuses the other player because he just not as fit and ready as him to take the single where the ball is. I think
Well, I think that's why it's very important that you build a team, and the team building a team mean that the players understand each other. So you would know my limitation, and therefore you know when to if you should take a chance to do certain things. So it all comes down to teamwork, and I think the players understanding the basics, and the players understanding each other. So in that case, Bishop batting with someone, he knows his ability. He knows, have an idea in terms of what he can do, whether or not he's quick enough to take a short single. So you know that. This one is played down to long leg, wide, and this first delivery I've seen from Murray that seemed to be slanting down the leg side, but was right up. And he got it down to backward square, the long leg coming around. So that's one more. 21 for 1.
So far he's been effective in his line and length and direction, but like in the first inning where we speak it of the 3 people on the onside, you sort of force the bowler to bowl literally outside the off stump and not much option in where you bowl. Maybe it's a plan to ensure that the run rate is kept down, but wicket taking deliveries probably will lessen having just to bowl wide outside the off stump.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you. And I know it's the start of the game, so you want to give yourself an opportunity while the ball is new. Every option in terms of trying to pick up wickets. And if he doesn't get wicket, then you revert probably to plan B, where you're going to attack, where you're going to line outside the off stump. Well, that concludes the over. We have 5 overs being bowled. It's 21 for 1. Ogie's on 16, looking really good. Andrew's on 2. Murray 3 overs for 4 runs, and Hayes had 2 overs for 17. Also picked up 1 wicket.
Still on the issue of running between the wicket in the first inning, where the guy was threatening to run himself out probably 3 or 4 times before he actually got run out. And I thought somebody, whether it's the other batsman or a message from inside, should have been warning him, sending some message in, because he surely had lost it a while before he actually got out. When he got out, it was just a matter of time before that happened.
Well, you made a very important point as you speak about dressing room and you speak about the message. We come back to that as we look at it's a better length delivery and the batsman coming forward, pushing on the offside. You speak about the dressing room and the message, and it's such a critical part of the team in terms of what happened when the team is outside there and your management team, your coach particularly, is in the dressing room, because one of his roles is really to analyze, to see what happens up there, being able to assess players in terms of how they play. And I am of one that feel that enough information during the game doesn't seem to come out from the dressing room. So you should be able to see from inside that, listen, this player just seemed to be tiring a little bit, right? Just seemed to be getting a little bit unsettled. You have to be able to pick up those things, maybe send a message. You might see he's playing some sort of shot that is,
unlike him.
Unlike him. You had to pick up those things and be able to just quick little message, just to send something, say something to the players. You don't seem to see that happening very often. Play down to long leg, one more. You just do not seem to see that happening very much. And the players out there seemingly, most of the time, yes, they're on their own, but they're on their own, even though things are not, not going right.
I think it's an area that surely needs to be worked on, the running between the wickets. It's not very well executed in the first innings, so let's see what happens in this one.
It's 23 for 1 behind 6 over. This one is hit through mid-wicket, maybe just past a mid-wicket fielder, and it's going to go down to the boundary for 4. Again, over-pitch delivery on his legs, and he played it well. And it went down to the boundary for 4. That takes Andrew to 6. His first, really positive shot. He's in his third over, a bit on the expensive side. Has so far gone for 23 with 2 deliveries in the over left. Driven to cover. It's 27 for 1. This pair really would be important to St. Mark's. And you would have played, for the senior team. So you would have some degree of experience. Ogies are playing for the Volcanoes again, straight down the leg side, play down to long leg. That's one more.
Is it the 2 most probably experienced players on the St. Mark's team?
Yeah, it is. It is the 2 most experienced player. And they really would be looking to these 2 players to set the sort of foundation to get up to that 169. As we see the completion of the 6th over. Ogis on 17, Andrew on 7. He will face the next over. 28 for 1. Corson Murray into his 4th over. So far, only 4 runs conceded. Again, he's bowling to the 3 players on the leg side. Yeah, he's over the wicket, and this was right up. Good delivery, played well down to mid-off.
I think he handling the 3 players pretty well in terms of bowling outside the off stump, but the type of bowler he is, I think we could have given him a little more protection and allow him to bowl on the stumps. I think he is bowling just a bit too wide, but good enough to his field placing.
I just want to cut back in, then and again comes off the edge and just miss the leg stump. Again, this was the one going the other way, really creating some difficulty for both batsmen with that ball coming back in.
As expected to the left-handers, the ball coming into them usually gives them a bit of a problem. In fact, they now has changed the field a bit. They have put the other person on the onside.
Yeah, they're taking out the gully. Let's see what happens here.
Strange, I haven't seen any ball going in that position.
And this one is short and just swung away down to backward square for 4. First bad delivery. And bowling to Ogie certainly won't give it the full treatment, and he hit it well, and he timed the ball so well.
I think after the first over now, he probably will be more aware of that ball coming into him, and so he's covering up a little bit more the off stump, so that when the ball pitches on the stump, he has more leeway to pull. I think he executed that shot well. It's strange that they have not driven him through the covers just yet, but they are strengthening the cover field. So I would think that the instructions are to keep the ball outside the off stump. He has been bowling well, getting the ball to move in and out.
He's into his fourth over. Again, good line. The batsman coming forward and just tapping it down to that backward point position. The score remains 33 for 1. Yeah, good confident start by Akim Ogisi. He's on 21 from his 22 deliveries. Complete the 7th over. St. Mark's 33 for 1.
I think what's good about Ogis is that he punishes the bad ball. He takes advantage of the bad ones, and so he could always wait on the bad one to come along, because he's scoring freely, so no need to hustle. Playing an excellent inning so far. Of course, as we said over and over, he's one of the key players, and he's living up to expectation.
Yeah, I do believe really he would be the difference between a St. Mark's win or St. David's win, as we see some changes. From that southern end is Rishon Murray. And he will be bowling to Shion Andrew. So we see some changes, adjustment in the field. Third man backward point, square cover, and a mid off for the left-hander, and then there's a mid on deep, mid wicket, and long leg wide on the boundary. So again, they continues with the 6-3 field.
I always believe that 6-3 field is a sort of defensive set field. I think early in the inning probably need to attack a bit more.
Yeah, well, really it is defensive field. I mean, and more than often you go for a 6-3 field, maybe as a plan B. You have a bowler that is really consistent and is probably getting the wicket, where you probably have to have a few slips. And you have your gully and your cover and your mid off, really. So he's, but generally, you would think that you probably may want to just have a feel more settled in terms of more evenly position. But there are situations in the game where you probably want to turn to that because of maybe what is happening. Could be the state of the wicket, it could be the ability of the batting team, what has happened, but at the start of the game, certainly you don't want to make sure that you, and particularly at this age, at the under 19 level here, a number of young players playing here, so you want to give yourself more options in terms of picking up wickets. Again, Andrew looking to force this one. He went bouncing back on the offside.
I think his second choice shot would have been risky but better than trying to drive a ball so high.
Yeah. Let's pitch up, and this one is driven straight to cover. It's 33 for 1. St. Mark's requiring just afford 136 runs.
Currently, not too sure why he's trying to drive the ball at that height. Well, I think the ball is, I don't know if the ball is surprising him off the wicket, because this Murray seems to be a little quicker than the first change bowler. So I'm not too sure the ball is coming onto him a bit quicker than he expect.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to be moving his feet, just standing and looking to drive.
A good first over for Murray. Kept the ball good line, good length, just shade on off stump and outside. So I think a pretty good first over.
Yeah, and the line seemed to be okay. As you rightly said, just seem to be getting a fair deal of pace and bounce off the wicket. But yes, completed his first over and only went for 1 run.
So, do they still have the water cut coming on? Or every so often the guy runs on with the water and supply the field? Is this our official water break? Or
no, it's not. You see, what is accepted, after the over and you need to run out to bring a drink to someone. You do it within the time. By the time the umpire move from presiding to square leg, he should be ready to start play. So nothing should be stopping him, stopping the game. Even though you're gonna run out with maybe some water. I think this is what the players need to get right. At the end over, they sprint off quickly and off before basically umpire gets in the position.
Because that I mean, generations ago in our time, that looked like a water break.
Yeah. Yeah, probably a water break now look like something different.
It looked like lunch or tea. Yeah, I saw the guys sitting. Everybody was sitting and having a chat during one of the water breaks.
Yeah, so many things have changed. Buffett. We have seen Buffett take over from Murray. Strange move. I would have thought that I want to give fast bowler the best chance with that new ball, and he was getting some movement.
Yeah.
What you see what happens. He's pushing the son back on the offside. You want to pick up wickets. I don't think it's a situation no way St. Mark doesn't have the time to get the runs. No, you had to get wickets and to push them back. So you give your best bowler the opportunity.
Yeah, I think he was bowling well enough probably to bowl over 2 more.
Yeah, I would have looked to get him up to 5. Straight down the leg side. Play down to the backward square, and they're coming back for 2. Good running there. Really have been good running by Yogis. Yeah. With positive running.
But he was always going to the danger end, and he gave the call, so he had the confidence that he was going to get there, and he got there pretty easy.
He's seen a marked difference, the confidence in which he runs in the wicket. We are not seeing that with Bishop. Not sure if to come back for a second. That degree of uncertainty, where you are seeing a commitment, you are seeing a assurance in terms of his running between the wicket. Yeah, short delivery there, and Ugesh probably might be a little disappointed he didn't do more with this
More with
one.
it, yeah. And for the player with that ability of timing and finding the gap, I think he would have been disappointed that he played it straight to a player with the amount of time he had.
Yeah, that's the difference with the bowlers for St. David's and Marks. St. David's have more, quite a bit of seam bowlers, where St. Mark's do have a lot of spin, and sometimes, it could be challenging in terms of the quality of spin to get it to the boundary. .37 for 1.
And he seems to be more just the type of line and length bowler, not much movements, if any at all.
Over number 9. Buffett in his first over. Just completed his first over. Went for 4 runs in his first over after 9 overs. St. Mark's at 37 for 1.
Well, fairly decent first over, of course. Bowling to two, as we said, two reasonably good batsmen, and had the ability to keep the run down to just 4. And of course, his first over, so they would have to look at him, but not much in terms of movement or swing to the previous bowler. So I think they probably, it's a sort of ease up for them in terms of the level of concentration. And so with the moving ball, this one seems to be pretty straight. And as we said, good batsmen, so they are playing straight.
Score remains 37 for 1. 9 overs as we Murray Gray the number 2 shot. Both batsmen looking fairly comfortable, as we would have seen this morning.
I think the wicket is not as quick as we normally see a stadium wicket, and not much bonks or movement. So I think the batsman will, feel fairly comfortable batting on a wicket like this, and none of the teams seem to have what you call a tear with fast bowling.
Stroke firmly down to mid on. Anju.
That's an amazing shot. He actually took the ball from outside off stump. Hit it too long off. He stays wide of his wickets, of his stumps, but gets in quite a bit and end up playing a lot of shots with a lot of the bottom hand. Gets so far across that it cannot drive anymore, but had to tug it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, he hasn't scored more runs on the leg side, because the shape tells you that he could just turn the ball around.
Again, not in a position to play the shot. Really finding himself in a really awkward position. So obviously not going to get pace. His timing would be off, and really, in terms of placement of delivery, he'll have difficulty in placing the delivery. Andrew. I need a back, not forward.
I think when he gets in, he stays a bit outside the leg stump, gets in line with the stumps, but with both feet together, and literally plays the shot from there. rather than the front foot coming out or the back foot going further back. He stands right there in his position and plays the shot.
We speak a lot about foot movement. One of the things we don't see our young players using the back and across method. Very few men you see using it.
Again, is this shaping to play the ball straight, but he tugs it around. I think he has to do some technical work on his batting.
So
Scores runs, but
so he's now in double figures on 10, and left-handed Aggies comes in to strike and will push it on in front of him. And that completes another over from Murray, 2 overs.
fairly good bowling. He's keeping the ball, I suspect on instruction, just on or about off stump. He doesn't have much movement nor pace. So you're really depending on the error of the batsman. And so it's just to keep it there and wait. So I would say fairly good bowling, not threatening, but effective.
Jeremiah continues in this, Buffett rather continues his second over. His right arm around the wicket. Good length delivery, yes. Andrew is coming forward and push it on the offside. The score remains 38 for 1. Buffett. Right arm around the wicket. So Andrew is back and looking to force this one. Just go straight to cover. Bishop fields. Again, not getting into the right position. A shortish delivery, and probably could have looked to get more time in. Really was in the right position. Went bouncing out to cover. Captain Bishop. Again, looking to drive, really not getting into position is Andrew.
That one went between bat and pad, and luckily for him, he didn't clip the off stump. But again, as we keep saying, he seems to get in a position and stay there, and then from there just plays a shot and no adjustment.
Another extra wide down the leg side. That again has been a weakness of St. David's attack, both at the senior level and now at the junior level.
I think in one of the games in the preliminary round there was something like 62 or 63 extras in one of the games. So extra seems to be very healthy.
Yeah, he just seemed to be playing that delivery after it pitches, and not much movement. Yeah, this one is played by Ogies comfortably to cover.
If I had to analyze him, I would think that he's a hitter at the ball and he's been restricted in trying to defend. So he gets into a hitting position and then tries to defend the ball. That just an analogy of what I'm seeing, but maybe it's not that.
It's so important that you have the right instruction from the coaches on the inside from the management team in terms of what you're trying to achieve, how you should play. I do believe that one of the things is to allow players to play their game. Um, you don't want to be in a position where you're trying to play a game that you're not used to. I think your best bet would be allow players to play the normal game. Sometimes it all calls for a bit of judgment and concentration, and in terms of not going the extra mile. But it's interesting in terms of maybe one may ask what instruction the batsman get.
Yeah, I mean, sitting this distance, that's how he looks. Maybe that's how you always play, but that he seems to be getting in a position to hit, and after that he plays a shot. Let's look at it.
Maureen is third over, and again, really not that went bouncing down to mid off or probably extra cover. There's no timing.
I think it's the type of batsman that advise the bowler to bowl wicket to wicket. He plays a lot of shots around the ball, wicket to wicket. Chance leg before.
The score is remain at 4-1 for one. With the 12th over, and St. David will be happy to see the back of one of these players. That's Murray. This one is played on the offside, and well judged single. You can see the confidence in the batting of He's really confident. He just dropped it in front of him and pick up another run.
Well, there are four players in that position saving. They should be saving the single, and none of them had a chance to do that. Very well played.
Again, it looks so easy as the ball is pushed around.
When you see the target is 125 from 230 balls, so.
And this one has it in the air. This one going to clear the fence, goes back and goes over the boundary for 6. And they go on pitched up, and Ogis once again picking it up and whipping it over the backward square. Went over the rope for 6.
Good shot in the end result, but there is a man down at. I'm not sure if he got the ball. We actually
went over his head.
You're right, and once doing that, I mean the timing, and so he has no need really to try to hit 6s.
49 for 1. This one is played through mid wicket. They're going to pick up 2 there. FC going to 2 easy runs there. As Ogis once again just pushing a lifting ball through the mid wicket, and take the score to 50, 51, 50 and 46 minutes.
As I was saying,
actually 50 runs partnership.
Yeah, because the target is 117 from 220. There's really no need to go, playing a lot of shots. You could play it around as Ogis is doing, and just the runs will come one. Not much need for aggression. So I think they are playing well within probably what the instructions are. Just take your time and bat. It's a fairly good batting surface, so nothing extraordinary has been happening. So keep your eye on the balls and play it on its merit.
Well, we are seeing spin for the first time. Bishop himself going to take up the attack. Bowling from this northern end. And he'll be bowling to Andrew. Andrew is on 12. St. Mark so far after losing first wicket at 1. 50-run partnership.
Just to see what the batter will be doing to spin, because he seems to be one that likes to hit the ball.
Nice. Right arm around the wicket. This one is hit and hit well over long off. A really big 6 there. This one was pitched up, and Andrew really came forward there and lifted this one easily over long off, and he picked up his first 6. And St. Mark's pushes on to 57 for 1. We are in only the 13th over.
No surprise. Just look at that type of batsman to put bat to ball.
And the same pushes on the offside. A really confident start by St. Mark's, even though losing an early wicket. Andrew is on 18. Oogie's 33.
I think it's fair to say he's orthodox in the way he bats, but very effective.
Oh, and a bit of a misfeeling there.
And there could have been some problem there had he feel the ball, because I think they didn't realize that the player that was backing up the bowler was pretty close, and started in I don't think they would have completed a run had he feel the ball.
Yeah, because the batsman was really midway down, and this is going to make the difference in that the bowlers will have to bowl well, the fielders will have to back them up, and probably there's a chance that went a begging day.
And in conditions like these, where the wicket seems to be playing pretty easy, the batsmen are batting fairly comfortable. It's the spectacular catch or the run out that usually changes the game.
We seem to be having a change from that southern end.
I think no surprise they will have to change around their bowlers. They need wickets, and to give everybody that opportunity.
Yeah, the left-handed Cut Murray going to pick it up from that at southern end. He probably do. This one is stroke down to long on. One more. 58 for 1. This Murray seemed to be the only really orthodox spinner that St. David have, and he's fairly quick through the air. It's not a big turn of the ball, but there and there, but keeps it tight. as he's coming over the wicket. And this one is hit down to at long on position for easily for 4. And the fielder on the boundary really didn't have a chance.
It was a full toss and got what it deserved. I think he tried to fly that one a bit more rather than pushing it through. And of course, top batsman wouldn't let these loose balls go a begging.
So 37. It is to Ogis. And again, Ogis is driving straight to the fielder at backward point position. St. Mark's won that game. I think they only lost just about 3 wickets. And this confident start. And this one is sitting through the covers. And this again going to run close, going to run into the boundary for another 4. And really, it's really easy sailing here as Ogis quickly goes on to 41. And the score moves to 63 for 1. 67 for 1. And Ogis.
And that's a pretty good shot because there is the extra cover and the cover the boundary and a wideish long on, and you're still able to get through.
Yeah, again he's coming down the track, pushing it straight to cover. But he continues to play well, has been in good form. He's going 65 not out in the last game. He's coming forward and pushing it back on the offside. So the end of the first over bowled by Cut Murray.
Not a bad over, especially the last couple deliveries, even after being struck for the throw. He still flies the ball quite a bit, throwing it up, At this stage, you really have to try as much as possible to try to get a wicket. And I think from the spinner, the best opportunity is to fly the ball. And he has been trying that. So pretty good over. Yes, a boundary being struck, but I think, you have to take that risk.
Yeah. So Ogis on 41. And you can see the way he plays in terms of being very collective, very positive. And really hasn't played a foul shot. So Bishop is going to continue. And this is a full toss that is hit. Good stop by the fielder at mid-on. Yeah, coming forward, they hit on the pad. Lord appeal. Don't pass. Says not out.
I think it was a good appeal. Pitched probably in line with the stumps. Of course, is an off spinner. Or probably
just pitching just outside.
Just outside.
Just outside leg stump.
Yeah.
He just strained down the leg side, turn on the onside by Andrew. He had pick up another run. He's 21. 68 for 1. Really strong start. 101 were needed. Short delivery, and this one's just played to cover. These two really setting the platform. This one is played down to long, and he ambles another single. That Ogis takes him to 42. But as we saw with the St. David's inning, they were actually, it was 78 for 1 at one stage.
And 79 for 3.
And then quickly 110 for 7. Sport is played on the onside and complete the 15th over.
And probably in a game like this, that is why winning the toss and batting first and bowling first might be more effective than batting, because you could come after and just pace yourself in relation to the team's first score, and exactly what St. Mark's are doing now. They no need to risk anything. They're way ahead, 99 runs left and 210 balls, so you can take the time and just push the ball, push it along, and I think they are doing probably just what the doctors order.
Yeah, certainly. Well, it's just a water break, so missing any cricket. But again, something on the surface that we are playing on, because I think it would have played very well this morning. It didn't give the bowlers any sort of help, and at one time, one felt that it would have been really a huge score based on how the wicket was playing. It continues to play even better at this point. I think the difference is that you are seeing a sense of positiveness in the way that the St. Mark's team is batting. Yes, they have a player who would have played at the highest in the regional level, but again, you're seeing even the other batsman Andrew with him, their sense of positiveness, even running between the wickets, is that something that we have not seen in the St. David's camp. That degree of positiveness on in their batting, and having scored just 168. I do believe they would have been disappointed with the start they had this morning.
Yeah, and disappointed with the end result. The start wasn't too bad, the end result, but coming to this part of the game, I think there are two living in hope rather than putting some more pressure on the side. The singers are there to be taken. I think you need to put a little bit more pressure and try to get them to play some more shots, particularly the batsman Andrew. I think you could put some more pressure on him and try to get it. Wogis is very comfortable. So you need to do something different. If the game continues going as it is, there it seems no pressure. Batsmen at will to play the ball where they want. It could be an easy victory for St. Mark's. I think you need to do some turning around, as we see the coach having a word with the guys. I think they need to make some adjustment at this stage of the game.
Yeah, it's 69 for one after 15 overs. So we need just another 100 run. St. Mark's are making really a strong reply. Akimobu is on 42. So far, he has faced 42 deliveries. 57 minutes, it's 6 fours and 1 6. So again, they have almost the amount of boundaries that St. Davis had in their inning. They are almost there.
I think see the coaches making a lot of sign and gesture to them, and I think one of the things is the tempo of the game. They're actually playing in the hands of St. Mark's, because they are not putting any pressure or playing the game quick. St. Mark's have a lot of time to think and to assess what is happening. I think they need to put a little more pressure on them, play the game a bit quicker, bowl a little faster, get them thinking a little quicker than they are now, because it seems as they are running away with it.
Yeah, and it's just interesting. This is a water break. There's no time for even what is happening there. The umpires are out, the batsman is out, and I certainly agree with you that they're really playing into the hands of the St. Mark's team.
But it's something I query a lot about. I mean, you more in the administrative part of cricket than I am, Cooney, but this, for a spectator's point of view, this long seems to be not a water break. It had to be long, something. I mean, in technical, I think football have something like that now, called technical timeout.
Yeah.
You call the players and you give a whole. So maybe something like that. But I think that they need to speed up the game. I think the game is going too much in the hands of St. Mark's.
And it takes away from you when the game is begin to drag along like that. You need to keep your players focused. You have a plan. You're going at it. Sometimes I know at times the umpires had to be calling on the team to get going. And I think it's so important. It's just like your rhythm, like the fast bowler running off the ball, and you have a nice rhythm. The thing's going to flow. And the minute time you begin to stutter, and you begin to wonder which direction to go, it takes away. It's like you are just going through the motion. And they would have to turn things around. I think the feelers, you could see that the team look pretty down, and they just need to lift themselves and understand that one wicket can change things around. Just like what would have happened in St. David's. You just probably need to pick up one wicket.
Yeah, and based on the score, it's a similar situation it was at that.
Still 100 runs to go, and you never know what can happen. You pick up 1-2 wickets. It's 69 for 1. And let's see, someone is Lambert is coming from the northern end. Mahid Lambert, right arm of spin. So Cut Murray just had 1 over. It went for 9. And Lambert comes right around the wicket. And this one is swung down to deep backward square for 4. First delivery. Really swung away down to deep backward square for 4. So again, positive batting by Ugis. He's 46.
Well, I was saying that the length of time they stayed there, if it was a pace bowler, you'd have had to warm up again. But it seems as if the spinner even had to warm up again because it was a real loosener.
And again, another full delivery that is hit for another 4. And that brings up another 50 for Ugis. Really in quick time, 44 balls, 57 minutes. And he had 8 fours and 1 6. Really a good inning, and really it never seemed to put his foot wrong.
A great innings, in full of confidence, choice of shots, and so his aggression in terms of running between the wicket, his placement to the shots, all would have gotten a pass mark.
77 for 1. And Ugis is driving through the covers. Fielder comes off the boundary. That's 1 more. That takes him to 51. 78 for 1. And St. Mark's just seem to be running away with it. Things now really is in control. Andrew on 21 comes in to strike. This one, the plate come down to long leg, going to run very close to the boundary. Bishop going to stop it just inside the boundary. And again, good running. That's 3 runs. Just tickle this one on the onside. Probably you're looking to play a little squarer. And Bishop had to run from slip down to long leg. And so 3 more runs. I take Andrew on to 24.
I wonder if the spinner at the bottom end will be coming to this end to bowl, because I thought he looked like somebody that could pick up wickets.
Another full toss that is the hit away for another boundary. Really have been pretty poor over bowled by Lambert. It's 85, and Ugis pushes on to 55.
Well, I think probably somebody needs to talk. Why is bowling wrong the wicket to the left hander trying to bowl off center? As if you could turn the ball a lot. You want it straight over a bit. The arm delivery is going straight down the leg side.
This is again short. Sit down to the fielder on the cover boundary. Rather expensive over bowled by Lambert. That over going for 17 runs. And St. Mark's are 86 for 1. Really seem to be fully in charge, trying to get to 169 for victory.
Yeah, but not a good over from the spinner, but the batters took advantage of the loose deliveries and putting themselves in a more commanding position. Sometimes the youths, you have to wonder, because he bowling wrong the wicket to the left hander, and the ball seems to be slanting down the leg side and make it easy pickings for the batsman. Probably he might be well advised to try bowling over the wicket.
So 82 runs is needed. Still have quite a bit of deliveries, 204 deliveries. Bishop is going to continue. He's going to bowl the Ogies on 56. He's driving down to long off. Against delivery full to the bat. So 87. Andrew. And this one is cut and hit well, and he's going to beat the fielders, the cover, and the long off goes down to the boundary for another bad delivery by Bishop. And really, as you look, it was really given the right treatment.
Oh yeah, good attempt from the cover fielder, but well struck. And as I said previously, you can see he has that ability to hit the ball hard, and he executed properly.
St. Mark's 91 for 1. We commanding position, really strong reply. And this one comes off the edge, and again they're going to run down to third man. They pick up 1, they come back for 2. Again, he's looking, cut it down to backward point, just coming off the top edge. 1 short signal by the umpire. That's 1 short signal by the umpire. Ogies there.
He's trying to get the message across to him that he needs to grow in his crease.
Yeah. He's down the track and hitting down. This one goes over long off, wide long off for yet another 6. And really, Andrews is really taking a liking to the bowling of Teddy Bishop. Let's go move to 98 for 1.
I think he looked far better batsman to spin than he did look to the pace, even though it wasn't genuine pace. He gets himself in much better position to play the spinners.
Yeah, that's why I thought it would have been better to have you want to make sure that your top bowlers bowl. And at the time that you would have changed Murray, I felt that he probably could have gone on a bit. In the situation like this, you had to use your better bowlers to try to get a breakthrough. He's not one of the frontline bowlers, but I guess as captain, he came on to just trying to see if he can pick up a wicket. But you know how to really bring your strike bowlers back on to make sure that they're steady, maybe try to pick up a wicket. And you never know what can happen if you are able to pick up 1 wicket.
I agree. In this stage, it doesn't make sense. Just keep trying any and everybody to go to your best players. I thought that the left-handed bowler, Murray, could have gotten over 2 more at the spell, but probably it's the right time to try to bring him back now, because he seems to be the bowler that was probably creating the most problem for the batsmen.
Yeah, and he bowled beautifully from this end. Now he's bringing him from the other end. So let's see what happens. Cousin Murray. Bowled 4 overs for 9 runs. Play to point. No time in there when bouncing out to point. Ogis on 57. Andrew has moved up to 35.
I think at this stage, with a much older ball and that wicket, it becomes much easier for the batters to play him. But still a better choice to reintroduce. I would like to see the left-hand spinner.
Left arms, yeah.
I thought that that would have been a good option. That's way outside off stump.
Yeah, you'd want to give him more opportunity when the ball is new. It's 98 for 1. We had 18th over.
And probably the first fall shot for Ogis in his innings. And
yeah, right away you see that, the batsmen now are beginning to think that there's a bowler that's really coming at them. And Ogis just been kept quiet for a while. He had a lot of loose deliveries bowled to him, and he really took full advantage of it. .99 White's signal. Again, a few times you see Ogis just a little bit beaten. They're probably looking to push on the offside. And our ball going past the outside edge.
How many?
It have been really a very good, strong reply by St. Mark's. He hit on the pad. This one look close here. No makes a decision. Really strange decision. Really a long time but it looked good from the time the appeal went up.
well,
It really take a long time to make that decision. Let's see. Yeah, probably.
I would say if he didn't play it, he would have been.
Yeah, it was very clear that he didn't play it. But let's have another look at it here. Yeah, that looks.
Because you see the legs down behind his back.
Looks a good decision, but really I think it really took too long to make that decision. Many times it takes so long, he put out. But as we look at it, yeah, not a bad decision.
No.
Not a bad decision. Just take a long, and a good breakthrough.
But
And the important wicket of Ogis.
and we've been making the point that he seems to be the best bowler and should have been kept on a little longer when he did, and should have been brought back even before now. It's still getting the breakthrough, but maybe you never could tell. Maybe a bit too late, but it's strange that you're probably your best bowler bowled the least up to this point in time in the game.
We in the 18th over is 99 for 2. Captain Gangadine comes in, and let's probably just look and see what the approach of the St. David's team, the captain, would be like, as have been able to pick up. And I think that's a real critical wicket, and that's a player really that have been scoring. It will be interesting to see what would be the strategy.
Simple. The best two bowlers have to be in the attack now, wherever they are. The best two bowlers has to be in the attack.
This one right up. Good length. Gangani just come down on this one as that one went down to mid off. They complete a successful over for Murray. 1 for 10 in 5 overs. St. Mark's 99 for 2.
Well, I think if they are to get back into this game, he will have to be the one to continue bowling. We are wondering probably the young spinner. We didn't see much of him, but not too sure who are the best 2 bowlers on the park. No, but they should be bowling, because you need really to get back into the game. It's not just 1 wicket. You need to pick up 2 or 3 quick wickets and put some pressure on the batting side.
Well, we speak of the left arm spinner, and yet Bishop 3 overs for 21 is still continuing, and we haven't seen Murray. Very interesting decision that he continues. Let's see what happens, as Andrew would have taken a liking. Hit him over extra cover 6, and this one he goes again. He's looking to hit somewhere over long on, and missed. Went into the pad, and maybe.
I think the bowler didn't continue the appeal, so that tell you that probably it was not a line. I think it was going down leg side.
Bishop to Andrew. Again down the leg side. Poor bowling. Continue to be poor bowling. And this one is played around. That ball goes down to long leg, and they pick up another 2. And again, one would question his bowling. 101 for 2.
I think with the hitting of Andrew, you have a feeling that you could trick him.
It's a full toss. He's looking to swing again on that one. From here, just seemed to be going down the leg side. That one was fuller.
Yeah, I think he could trick Andrew.
Yeah, good decision. Pitch outside leg.
Pitch outside leg.
Good decision. Yeah. Bishop. This one. And Andrew just look a little bit unsettled there.
Yeah, and skipper Gankadine probably should have a word with him. Settle yourself. Relax.
This is a full toss. Hit down to the man on the cover boundary for 1. And this is where we would have seen the difference when we would have played. You realize that your partner is having some difficulty or getting a little bit, anxious, or something is happening. That communication, the wicket, which is so vital. We doesn't seem to be seeing it happening today.
Even just to put the bowler off a bit, to get a batsman to settle, you take some time to go down and to talk, and I thought in the first inning it was evident, and here again,
and another full toss, just choked to mid off, and that completes the over.
I think what Bishop is bowling there, what you call trying to buy a wicket. I don't think he really will deceive somebody, to that extent. The hitter, Andrew, you probably think he has a chance getting him caught on the boundary, but the score, I don't think that's what is needed. No, you need wickets to you need wickets, and I would be having my best 2 bowlers operating.
Yeah, particularly where you just picked up a big wicket, most important wicket there. You really want to know that you look to pile on the pressure. Well, Maurice gonna continue, and he's gonna be bowling to Sean Andrew, who's on 38. Andrew opened the batting so far. 58 balls, 83 minutes, 2 4s and 2 6s. Wide delivery.
Very wide.
103 for 2.
That's 65 needed of 186 deliveries.
scoring at a run rate of 5.42, and he's looking to swing there. Uh, um, Ball taking good work by the keeper. Batsman didn't really move. But Murray just give the impression that he's sort of bowler that could strike at any time. Batsman had to cover up and push on the offside.
I think if the instructions were to give him there, it would have been to just see Murray out, because the runs that is needed, don't really have to try to score heavily against him, but still see a lot of shots being played, but he the one who seems to be most effective. So why is Gangadin jogging up the wicket? He didn't see where the ball went, or it's just his way, because he really had to, pull out the really get going in the latter half of the single. Why not start off running quickly?
Well, we do speak about certain players that are candidates for run out, and I think he probably is a little guilty of that, and not being able to run very quickly, and maybe his judgment of the run also is of concern, as we see again a 6-3 field there. You want to put pressure on the new batsman. He covers up and push on the offside, and as you say, you probably would want to give him some more options. Maybe pitching just around middle and leg, and the ball move into the offside.
Yeah, I would have a square leg or a short backward square, somebody around there, and bowl on the stumps.
Once again, Murray just creating doubt in the mind of both of the batsmen. He's into his 6th over. So far, 1 for 12. Another good delivery, good take by the umpire there, but it just seemed to be look a little bit disappointing there. But yeah, as we complete another over,
I would have liked to
see.
I would have liked to see the replay. I'll tell you why, because he had to put back his feet. I don't know if it was in and still, the excitement, but I would have liked to see the replay, because the keeper seems really confident that well, here it goes. So oh yeah, he's out by a mile.
Yeah, certainly. The umpire really missed that one day.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the replay, because look, long after he hit the wicket, I think something about him, he looked too lackadaisical in his approach to the game. That's Gangadin. He running between the wicket, his mannerism in batting, he looks a little too casual. He needs to brace up himself.
And interestingly, a wide should have been signaled there.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Why those things happened.
He was more concentrated on the appeal. So he lost that.
104 for 2. We into the 21st over. And Andrew is going to be facing Court Murray. A left arm spin over the wicket. He's coming forward, push it to cover with Bishop Fields. See a chain Bishop now placing himself at the long off boundary, and coming forward. Beaten outside the off stump is Andrew. Yeah, very interesting contest there. And you know, 1 or 2 wickets can really change things.
That one didn't turn, and I think that's what beat the battle.
And this one is hit nicely over mid wicket. Good shot by Andrew. Really picked it up and hit this one sweetly over a wide mid wicket, and went for another 6.
But you know, from seeing him settle into bat to the piece, I always thought that he's a hitter of the ball, and was a little bit bogged down initially, and you know, that's probably his true colors, and really a good shot.
And this one again is hit down to long on. Let's see, the fielder is getting there, takes a beautiful catch, and certainly an important wicket there as that ball was hit down to long on. And let's see, take that catch here. Certainly it was Murray who came in off the boundary and took a really good catch.
Excellent catch, but again, something about him, he didn't really try to hit the ball as hard as he could. He more went for you know, the correct posture and just hitting it straight rather than really, because look where the previous one went, really way beyond the boundary, and this one was short, and it was a full toss. So vital. And again, we make the point what we were saying, that your best 2 bowlers should have been bowling prior to this. Now they are back and both are taking wickets. So,
well, it's 110 for 3 as Fredericks comes in. As St. Mark's still requiring another 58 runs. $110 for 3. Caught Murray in the second over so far, just took up 1 for 15. Cotson Murray in 6 overs, 1 for 12. St. Mark's 110 for 3, still in an advantageous position, just needing some 58 runs from 176 deliveries. As I welcome back Justin.
Yes, thank you. 2 quick wickets would have changed the balance of the game a bit, but St. Mark's still the team that is in the ascendancy. Well, certainly 2 important wickets. These 2 players were batting really well. And some a decision or 2 which was, well, more than 2 probably from the first inning, which was a little bit dodgy in terms of the umpiring decisions. Yeah, I think fortunately that stumping decision there is kind of unfortunate. But I guess umpires do make mistake, and this ball is played back on the onside. End of a successful over bowled by Cot Murray. 2 overs, 1 for 16. Yeah, just trying to build some pressure. Yeah, managed to pick up 3 wickets, and they're almost in the middle of the St. Mark batting. They would want to maybe pick up 1 or 2 more wickets pretty quickly. And it will certainly probably set the cats among the pigeons. Yeah, well, if they will have to do so before 120. If they're going to pick up 2 wickets before 120, you know, it could be a different dimension. But St. Mark's is still in the ascendancy. They have lost 2 of the top batters. Kangaroo, we know, does have the ability to bat. Therefore, he would want to guide the team to victory.
I can't understand this batting stance at all.
Yeah. Can't be in a comfortable position to play shots. Well, you see Bishop now in slip or short third there. Let's see. Yeah. And he's looking to drive. Just went just to the right of Bishop David down to the third man. So one more.
It will be very difficult to hit the ball in front of the wicket with that stand, really.
Yeah.
And this, most of his weight I have to say, seem to be on the back foot. And even when he essayed the driver, that like he was almost leaning backward. And the left foot was still almost pointing towards mid-wicket. So.
Well, the left-handed Frederick comes into strike. Not yet off the mark, and the left-handed Cousin Murray, comes over the wicket. Outside the off stump, he allowed it to go through. 111 for 3. Ganga lead on 1. Frederick's not yet off the mark. For the 57 runs.
Just like said Mark earlier, the two openers, they do a pretty good job. Not the two openers, but all the number 3, Auguste, who made 57 and 45 respectively. And unlike St. David, well, they got some contribution lower down the order.
Yeah, at 110 for 7 to get up to, just 167, 168 there. I think there was some contribution. But again, the middle, you didn't get much from the middle. And this one, you hit on the pad, the appeal goes up. As he was looking to play on the onside. Again, we'll probably have a look at that one.
Struck outside.
Probably just outside the off stump. Just outside the off stump.
Maybe I'm struck on the back leg or the back foot.
This one is played straight to mid wicket. Again, just looking to just seemingly playing around the pad there. And probably was lucky just to get bat on this one.
Nelson's 111 for 3. I may miss something, right? Was it 111 for 3 when St. Patrick, when St. David batted, or 111 for 4?
St. David was 111 for 7.
For 7 it was, yes, 111 for 7, correct. Lost quite a number of wickets in that period.
At the end of 22 overs, 111 for 3. It's 1 to Fredericks, 1 to Gangadine. Frederick not yet off the mark, 1 to Gangadine. 57 required. And Maurice now seemingly going between the umpire and the stumps and going around the wicket. And again, the field, if you look at the leg side field, just three fielders on the leg side. Pretty strange field. Give him a bit of air. He sit on the pad as he covers up. He's out leg before. As he covered up, there was Gangadine. Went back. And this one just seemed to hit in front. Let's see as we look at the replay.
Yeah, big inside edge. That's why you were so disappointed. I detect a huge inside edge, Crony.
Yeah, we look at it again.
And let's see. We can pick up an inside edge. Yes, a huge inside edge.
Yeah.
And the ball wasn't probably even going to hit the stump of the inside edge of the bat. Once again, seriously poor umpiring decisions.
Yeah, well, certainly must feel a little bit disappointed.
Can this,
111 for 4.
I mean, this one should have been easy to pick up for the umpire.
Oh, well, let's say that. I mean, you know, they all liable to make mistakes. I mean,
Yeah, but
there was this was the second one. There was a stumping decision.
There was the other umpiring decision this morning. The ball would have taken out the middle stump, and too much of that. I mean, no.
Oh, well, we have to.
These guys are experienced umpires.
Yeah, but you know,
you can't put it down to mistake. All these errors in one game to mistake. I mean,
it happens. It happens.
probably need to test the eyes. Send them
It
to
happens.
the
It happens.
physician to test
That's
the eyes.
part of it. It happens. Sometimes it goes for you, and
Yeah,
sometimes it goes against you.
I used to hear about it in the past.
Yeah.
Where
That's
teams
certainly-
carry the
it certainly
umpires to the
happens.
game.
And when we look back at the previous tournaments that we had, even the
It was good. It
T20
wasn't that
was
bad.
really good.
Yeah.
But I think they certainly have got it wrong on this
Very,
occasion.
very wrong. Too wrong, as far as I'm concerned. It spoils the game, and these are youngsters, you know.
And
And it cause
Fortune,
yeah.
let's push it on the onside at 111 for 4.
These are things that can break young players.
Again, Murray trying to just give the delivery a lot more air. You could see him focusing on trying to push it and give it a lot more air. And this ball one is allowed to go to outside the off stump. Todd Fortune, right-handed batsman. Again, he allowed this one to spin away outside the off stump. 111 for 4. Still 57 runs needed. And he's bowled him. Good delivery that went right through. The batsman come forward there. I'm interested to see what happened there.
Well, he missed it. He missed that straight ball and was bowled.
Let's
The ball just coming back between bat and pad.
Yeah, good delivery.
down
And
there.
just seemed to be looking to push on the onside. And lost his wicket. So,
Looked like he was just trying to defend, and
so
ball just straightening and pitching.
it's 111 for 5. And Murray still in his third over. That's 3 for 15. Once again, we've seen it turning off the tide.
Yeah. And it's questionable now whether St. Mark will be able to overhaul that total.
Well, it certainly seemed to have come back more even. And when the top batters has already departed. So it will be interesting to see what happens. Keltron Andrew, the fast bowler, now comes in. He certainly is one of the upcoming fast bowler that we have seen in the tournament. Bowled very well. Again, still 3 players on the leg side. The long one goes right back to the boundary. There's a straightish mid wicket and backward square on the boundary. Coming forward and just pushing it back to the bowler. And that completes the over. Successful over, 111 for 5. St. Mark still requiring 57 for victory.
Yeah, and they too now in a spot of border probably would need some a partnership, something similar to what we saw from the St. David law order. I think if they are to get that 58 runs left, 57 target, 57 from 162 balls. It's the balls is not a problem, but wickets certainly is a problem. And St. David now sniffing something. Believing they have a chance now into the middle order of the St. Mark team.
So Murray it is, that's Cousin Murray. This one is pushed on the offside by Frederick. Cut Murray, Cousin Murray, twins. One ball left arm fast, the other one left arm spin. One bat right, one bat left. Certainly a player that done very well at the under 15 level. Outside the off stump. Yes, he probably need to be a little bit straighter. Cause the batsman to play. Frederick, the number 6 shot. So far, 9 deliveries, 13 minutes.
Delivery balls is not an issue.
Look for his first run. He's going for his beaten outside the off stump.
Right now it's about consolidation.
Keenan with a big appeal there as about passes outside the off stump.
And this is not good from the youngster who throw the ball on the ground like that. The keeper, I think we should have a chat with him. It's not good. It's not good for the game, especially for a young man. What was he appealing for? A catch? Was he appealing for a catch? Yes, apparently he was appealing for a catch that wasn't. But what happened after, I really just a little bit distasteful.
Certainly, was not a catch. It didn't come off the
No,
bat.
no.
This one played back on the onside. The score remained 111 for 5.
Really, the Nelsons stuck on the Nelsons. They need to get off the Nelsons.
Murray in his 8th over. And he has picked up so far 1 for 13. Again, wide off the off stump, not creating any problem there, and Frederick's allowing it to go through. St. Mark's will have to score the biggest total of the tournament to win here today. This one is played on the offside. Again, no chance of a run. Another a maiden over ball. The end of 24 overs, St. Mark's 111 for 5.
Well, yeah, really quiet period here for St. Mark trying to consolidate. They've lost some wickets in a cluster also, just like St. David this morning. And the 2 batsmen out there will have to maybe bat and really take it deep, just like the St. David team was able to do. If they bat 50 overs, certainly they would win the game. No. Yeah, so that's all they have to remind themselves.
So Andrew prepared to face Court Murray. Left arm is between the umpire and the stumps as he's up the ball and he's coming forward and pushing down the offside. The score remains 111 for 5.
I wonder if the batsman left for St. Mark has the ability to really score runs in the sense that they really limited in the stroke play and their ability to build totals. We have to look to just rotate the strike, pick up on ones and twos.
Again, he covered up and push it back. Andrew in 4 games has scored some 14 runs.
Oh, really not inspiring at all. It certainly wouldn't inspire confidence in the dressing room.
And he's driving to mid-off. Court Murray in his 4th over, so far 3 for 15, 1 maiden. And this time hitting straight down to that Murray on the boundary, one tossed up. So they actually got off the Nelson.
Yes, and and a shot which probably we thought would have carried a lot further, but really not timing it at all. But he's off the mark and he'll be happy with that.
112 for 5. Let's see, Murray will now go over the wicket to the left-handed Frederick. He push it back on the offside. That completes another over from Murray. Fourth over, bowled 3 for 16. St. Mark's still requiring 56 runs for victory. They are 112 for 5.
So, and into the middle to lower order of the St. Mark batting. And, one did feel though from the start that the total was one. That's you're just seeing the beautiful backdrop here at the National Stadium, the Darboe Hills, and it do look quite dry. One can virtually see the dryness, of course. As we say, it's not associated with the volcano at all. It's just that we're in the heart of the dry season.
Yeah, the sky looks
and
pretty
of course
blue and
beautiful
clear.
blue skies and clear skies. So lovely part of the world to be in.
Particularly at this moment.
At this moment.
It's Cousin Murray, and he's in his 9th over. So far 1 for 13. And he's going to bowl to Keltron Andrew, and he's going to face his first delivery from Murray. And he's playing this confidently. So backward point position. Score remains 112 for 5. They certainly probably want to see Murray off, complete his quota. Both Murrays. So he's up to the wicket now, bowl, and he's only driving straight, and it's dropped actually.
Probably
Goes back for 4. Not sure what happened there. Probably we have a look at this one, but it's seemed going to the field at mid-off. And let's see what happens here. Yes, in the air.
In the air.
And drop.
Switch to the bucket. He has forgotten to seal the bottom of the bucket.
So Andrew is going to play positively. And he covers up and pushes on the offside. Looks very organized.
Yes. 116, so 52.
Certainly a bad miss there.
That's how you count it down. 52. Score 3 runs, now it's under 50. And that's how it goes.
He's pushing back past the ball and looking for the run there.
He should have had it maybe.
Yeah, certainly should have been a single there.
Non-striker really wasn't in the game. Probably doesn't want to have anything to do with Murray from that end. Probably saying to him, "You take the pace, I'll take the spin."
Well,
Seen that happen a lot of times in our career.
Captain just making a change here. He himself is going down to that mid-off position where that catch was spilled, and that looked like Gruffit that being placed in cover position. And this is short, and this is hooked well, and that goes down to the boundary. For a bad delivery and given the right treatment, and with just 3 players on the leg side, he was able to hit it well, and it went down to the boundary for 4. 120 for 5, and that certainly would release some pressure.
So probably Frederick saying to him, "You see why I didn't come down?"
Yeah.
Yes, if you can play stroke like that, you don't need a single to get me on strike.
Yeah, first real bad delivery by bowled by Murray.
It was short. He's a tall man. He's a very tall man, Andrew, and certainly had no difficulty at all with this one.
coming around the wicket.
We'll be looking to slant it in and get it to move away from the right hander.
I would have thought now that you would have the slip for him. There's no slipping, please. That is not deep backward square on the boundary. Really, it was just a bad delivery and really deserved the treatment that he got. And it's playing on the onside, so that completes his 9th over. 1 for 21. St. Mark's getting closer and closer, 120 for 5.
48 left from 144 deliveries. And just can't see them. So probably St. David has to bowl them out too in order to win the game.
Yeah, they will have to bowl them out.
We have to be seen how Frederick go. He hasn't shown any inclination to score so far.
Yeah, he has been there for about 24 minutes. Faced 14 deliveries. Still not yet off the mark. Caught Murray. The field is, there's a mid-wicket on the boundary. Well, we just seen the umpires having a discussion. We're not sure what is happening. A mid-wicket on the boundary. A long on the boundary. And we have a wide long on and a straight long on the boundary. 3 players on the boundary. Really strange field.
Yeah, when you
And then you have a mid on. That's all on the leg side. Real strange field.
because also in McNeil actually are singles. You can win it with singles.
Yeah, certainly the field plays in need. Left a lot to be desired. Understand the tactics. He comes forward and look at the swing there. It's on. Just seemed to hit on the pad there. To really just think, if you can understand what the strategy here.
Well, he probably has the notion that the guys will be looking to hit the ball over the top, or looking to, But there's a lot of singles now on offer. Wide signal by the umpire. So all that will add.
Yeah, it just seemed to be a sort of defensive method.
Engages.
Comes off the edge and going to run close to the boundary. The fielder had to run around.
We spoke about
So
this
that's
part
2
of
runs.
we spoke about this part of the field all day today. The fact that the ball really is a slow area of the ground. In fact, it's very green, lush looking, which in contrast to other parts of the field. So the ball doesn't really travel quickly over the turf there.
Yeah, but you want to pick up wickets, and one thing that you would need to attack, or players most of the fielders in defensive positions. So if something come up there, it's like this one that went to slip, there was nobody to catch it, and they picked up 2. Very strange in terms of the field placement.
I think if Murray just bowled a little bit straighter, he probably could dislodge Frederick, who is really playing expansively, but missing quite a few of those
And he's
deliveries.
under no pressure.
Yeah.
Really under no pressure. 123 for 5.
45 to win.
Closer to that score.
145 is like a mountain, still a mountain to climb with 5 wicket down. And basically, and maybe the cream of your batting gone.
But there's quite a bit of delivery, so there's no rush. You pick up your 1s and your 2s and just push it around. And I really and truly, the defensive field has been set. So you can afford to, just stay there and pick up the ones and the twos and get you there.
That's the type of cricket type of things you see at cricket at that level.
So Murray's going to pick it up. It's right on medium pace, and he's going to go to Andrew. Again, a very defensive field. There's no one in catching position close to the wicket. This one is straight to backward point.
If I can say one thing about Bishop, is the fact that maybe because he has played so much with the senior men, seem to, even his field set, his mindset is like the senior cricketers, so they look at the field set. For men who sort of hit the ball long, not necessarily for youngsters who push it around.
Andrew's coming forward, push it on the offside. Andrew look pretty comfortable.
He understands what he needs to do, and don't have to do anything extravagant. Just push it around and pick up the ones and twos. And as you see, the odd boundary will come.
Looking to place it down to third man.
It's really a nothing shot. Maybe it's best to give the ball the full face of the bat, play it from where it came from.
Because if you beat that cover backward point, you're going to run to the boundary for 4. And you say, look at the sweep. Where's this one goes down to the backward square? Interesting shot play there. Very. That seems to have been picked up from off, probably around middle stump. Lucky to get back to this one.
He goes to 10.
So the left-handed Fedrick come in to strike. Still no slip. A long leg on the boundary, a deep backward square on the boundary. A mid-wicket. And a mid-on fairly deep. As he's coming forward there and has been beaten a bit. Maybe hit outside the off stump.
Maybe squeezing the ball onto the boot. Maybe with the bottom of the bat. There's no real appeal.
Yeah, you probably want to deep backward square on the boundary. And you look at the swing and swing straight to the man at mid wicket, and who takes a simple catch. And the first aggressive shot we see him try to play, as you're looking to pull this one, and Broffett, who at mid wicket picked up that catch. Remembering that Broffett would have dropped a catch early on when he dropped. I think it was catch on Andrew, and he had to come forward and pick up this one.
So 6 down, 124 for 6. And certainly you have to think now that St. David may have just put themselves now in a position of ascendancy.
Well, it might be still even Stevens. They would feel now that they're in a better position. But Andrews still looks pretty okay, and he seems to be the sort of player that he can get the support he could stay there. Jurikan, a young fighter, so I don't think it's all over. It's only 44 needed, 132 deliveries. So again, just a matter of staying and just put your ball around and pick up your ones and your twos. So but 124 for 6, obviously would send those feel now they are in with a chance. Deshan Jurikan.
A lot by talk among the youngsters out there.
And he took the catch here, but again you could see that he actually misjudged it. In that he had to kind of fall forward, whereas if he was on the move, he was probably taking it rather easily, maybe chest high. So let's see if now we see that Bishop probably going to place himself, Andrew, in slip as Murray continues between the umpire and the stump, and he's up to the wicket. The ball to Andrew. Andrew covered up and push it on the offside. Looks very organized. Is Andrew?
He has almost scored the equivalent to what he has scored in the tournament so far, 10, and only 14 before today.
I just want to toss up, and he's hitting straight down. Let's see where this goes.
6.
Goes for 6. Good hit. Hit straight. And went for 6. A good shot. Ball given some air, and really long handle, and hit it well. It's straight. And went for 6.
Well, he's a big man. He has long levers and deliveries in the slot. He should possess the power to hit it, and that was well struck. Unlike the one we saw previously, which he just basically lifted and didn't get very far. This one was really very well struck. So 38 left.
Again, he pushes back to the bowler, and the delivery just gave him a little bit of air, and really took the opportunity to hit it straight.
And as I said earlier, probably a lot hinges on him now. So he's looked the best of what we've seen lately. And no ball. No the excuse for the spinner probably is hit the stumps on his way in or something like that.
I'm not sure. Probably overstepped.
Did see him having to fix the bail after.
And he's hitting once again.
And
Down to the
this
man.
time, and should be out, and he's out. Simple
really.
this time, looking to hit another 6 and not getting hold of it. And with that, probably the end of the resistance, probably before St. Mark. Okay. So he goes for what, 16?
Certainly, he didn't get hold of this one. This one a little wider, give it a little bit more air. And we're looking to repeat the shot, and held out to the man at long off. And Andrews goes for 16, 131 for 7.
Yeah. 37 more to get, which is a lot now. So
but really, as we have seen in the St. David's inning, St. Mark's sort of pulled themselves really back at having them from 78 for 1 to 110 for 7. St. Mark's were really going, I think, over 100 for 1. And they have now moved to 131 for 7. Lewis was caught by Celestine, bowled by Hayes, and he's for no score. Andrew Cotmore bowled Cotmore 45. Agis LBW Cotmore 57. Gangadin LBW Cotmore 1. Frederick is caught by Braffett, bowled Murray 2. Fortune bowled Murray no score. Andrew caught Murray, bowled by Murray 16. Jurican is not out. He haven't faced a delivery as yet. And Nathan Phillip then joins him. He's coming forward and play on the onside. And he picked up a single. And what would be interesting, Justin, is in terms of what happened in terms of, I do believe that the field placement is critical to what happens from here in. You had a batsman, Andrew, who hits the ball well. Now, one would believe that you probably may not have much in big hitters coming.
Yeah.
No, you want to tighten things, you want to put pressure. And when there is pressure, you know what happens. So it would be interesting. And that was an easy single that was, as he came forward, there was nobody in square leg. And he was able to pick up a single. Now there's nobody just behind his back in that
leg gully or long leg position.
That is smart. He has brought the long on to almost a regulation mid on, and you want to
No,
cut off the single
no, he's
because
bringing up the mid off.
right.
No, he's bringing off the mid off.
To challenge the batsman to hit it over the top, which probably they may not quite be able to do.
He's coming
And
forward.
bowled
He's
him.
beating this ball. Yes, that one with the right shoe and seemed to clip the off stump. When we look at it,
Middle stump.
it's the 8 wicket.
I don't
Certainly your eyes,
your
just in
stump.
it, your eyes certainly is so good. Be able to see as we look at the replay
You
now.
know, yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, missed it
Yeah,
and hit
off
the
stump.
off stump.
I
Yeah.
certainly hit the off
Mm.
stump
Mhm.
and another blow struck. 8 wickets down now for 132, and they certainly would feel now that they
Yeah,
in
there.
with a real chance.
Well,
St. David.
I mean, I hate to think that he can lose it from here.
Well, we have seen stranger things. So, Jurican didn't last long. Bowled by Murray. And Court Murray has now picked up his 5th wicket.
So
6 overs, 1 maiden, 27 runs, 5 wickets. So really they have struck back strongly.
we were talking this morning about Gangadin, the fact that probably he need to attack the stumps a bit more. And you just get the feeling that if he had done that, probably he could have easily picked up a 5 for this morning also.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So Dante Alexander joins Nathan Phillip. Murray is at going to be bowling to Phillip. Phillip not yet off the mark. As Murray comes up to Phillip. Phillip covers up and plays to mid wicket. There's no chance of a run.
Well, down in the stand, Gurney, somebody said that it was 20 runs too much. I said, well, okay, if you say 20 too much, I'll say double it because I think the outfield is a little bit slow, so you add 20 more to the total. And it almost 36 now to go, and probably you wouldn't see much more
So lifting
runs
delivery.
being scored by the St. Mark team.
Yeah. Well, we certainly were thinking of score in the region of 180 and above. With the start that they had, they really fell short at 110 for 7. You know, you're wondering whether they're going to pass the 120 they scored in the previous game. They went on to get 168, and the tail just hang along a bit. And I thought that was very important. Batting out the 50 overs.
So that gave them 20 more runs, 25 more runs, even 30 more probably, yeah, because there was a partnership of about 37.
I think the partnership was 43.
43, right.
43, yeah. This one is played down to third man. So that's one more. 133 for 8. And Dante Alexander is going to face his first delivery. Right-handed Alexander. As we look at the fall of the wicket, first wicket fell at the scores 1, second at 98. So 97 run partnership. This is right up and played back to the bowler. And that completes another over. And the score 133 for 8.
Yes, and really struggling here, St. Mark. And
So we had a partnership of 97. That's between
Ogis and Andrew. So there was 98 for 2, 111 for partnership of 98. And since that it just seem to have struggled.
Some of the games in Mac, the lower to middle to lower order haven't seen much batting either during the tournament.
Yeah. Murray over the wicket to left-handed Philip, and this one is stroked to mid-off. Extra cover. There's no chance of run. Full toss. Maureen is 7th over so far, 5 for 27. This one, you look in the swing again, comes off the leg and going to run down to that vacant position. Just in that we have been speaking about, the keeper had to do some running, and the batsman look like it's going to pick up 3 runs. And certainly 3 runs. We just spoken about that position there. Really, there's no one behind the bat on the leg side there, and they keep. They have to do some chasing. That's pitch up right down to the boundary, and they pick up 3. 136 for 8.
Yeah, because he had a delivery which came back into the left-hander, and he got a fair bit of bat on it. Went pretty close to the boundary.
Well, it remained the same position on the leg side, the backward square, and just right back. There's nobody behind the bat. He's moved. That square leg is now going forward of square. Yeah, he's going forward of square. So there's no one going right back to the keeper. Interesting field placement. That's Murray. He's coming forward again, turning almost to that vacant position. The field line mid-wicket having to run to his right. Certainly you have to look at your field placement. Looking at
for the right-hander, it's not too bad in the sense that the ball is leaving him outside the off stump. So in order to play it behind square, we'll have to go right across it.
Alexander is again coming forward. And he's looking to drive or to go straight to cover. He probably just need to understand his role there and stay. Pick up the 1s and the 2s. And again, he's on his back foot and played down to that short third man. He picked up 1 more. And that completes another over. So we have, it's 137 for 8. And 31 overs is completed. So we're down to 31. Yeah, and certainly that game is still on.
Yeah, I like to believe so. Over on the other side of the road, on the other side, we can see a football match or training in that look like a football game. They have this under 19 football and 19 and under 15 football taking place. That's over. That's at the National Stadium over on the other side, or that's over. In fact, that's over on the college ground. As this is happening. So just behind us, on the side of us here, towards the left.
So Rishan Murray, who played a good hand with the bat, and this one is played to just in the slip position, as again the batsman Alexander looking to stay down to third man.
Luckily for Teddy Bishop, he was in the right position. Anything maybe further to his left or his right would have gone past.
Yeah. Murray scoring an important 16. He actually stood up at the end. As he bosses in now to bowl to Alexander. Again, Alexander just looking to play this ball again down to third man. Just Bishop moving to his right. Field. Score remains 137 for 8.
And he just seems to be playing everything very late. Everything going behind or square with the wicket. And as I speak, he
This one is
drives one.
stroked him mid-off.
Maybe he was just listening to me. Just trying to show me that can hit it in front of the wicket.
Yeah, well, really, it's a sort of final that you want to have in terms of the scores. I think both teams would have had to score the biggest total. St. David's 167, I think it's instead of 168. And St. Mark's will have to score the biggest total to get across the line. So Murray outside the off stump, and again play down to third man. Just bowling a bit too short. The batsman had the time to come back, and I'll probably looking at it squarer. So one more to the score, 138. And it can be done easily by the singles.
Indeed. The balls is not easy at all. 109 deliveries to get 30.
That's again. You see the leg side feel. Yeah, just 3 players on the leg side. Singles are so easily, based on which this play, you can pick up 2. This ball played back on the onside. That completes another over from Rishan Murray. 6 overs, 1 win, 15 runs, 1 wicket. Caught Murray 7 overs, 1 win, 31 runs, 5 wickets. St. Mark's still needing 30 runs to win. 138 for 8.
Yeah, 138 for 8. One didn't see that an hour ago. St. Mark was just coasting at 104 for 1, coming back. And all of a sudden, the wickets tumbled as they did at one stage for St. David. And it took a regular action by the lower order in order to get them up to a competitive 169. And as you see, one partnership here of 20 Crony, and again we could be there again.
Yeah, he's going forward and looking to drive again, hitting the square cover. Good delivery, probably just giving a little bit too much room to swing the bat. You know, you want to be pitching that delivery probably around the middle stump going. And we are seeing a change, strengthening of the offside field. Yes, Murray. He's coming forward and pushing into that backward point there. Alexander on 2. So far faced 13 deliveries. There for 12 minutes. Shorter delivery that is swung, and it goes down just behind the keeper, and they pick up a bye actually. So it's 139 as Philip, who's on 5, comes back into strike. Really interesting battle here, Justin. That can go anywhere.
The wicket column, you still believe that they have to bowl them out in order to win?
It's on the plate to cover. Nathan Phillip. $139 for 8. St. Mark at one stage 99 for 1. He's going forward and driving down to long off.
Ability to hard just safely getting it into space.
Yeah, that case, a longer fielder was pretty wide, so he's able to get down to a straight long off, pick up one. It's 140 for 8. So it's getting close. 28 required. And let's see who's gonna. Yeah, Maurice is going to continue in his 7th over. So far 1 for 15. And Philip. Certainly, this is sort of final that that you'd always want to see.
Yeah, it's
Close final, competitive final.
So whatever happened from here on, it's been a spirited chase also by St. Mark.
As Moreno comes around the wicket to bowl to the left-handed Nathan, is full to the bat. He's driving to cover and taking beautiful catch being taken there, and very good catch here as a full toss, and he was looking to pierce a gap and hit it to cover again. Buffett is the one that came in and took that catch. So certainly, after he would have dropped that catch at mid-off, he came in and really took a beautiful catch.
Yes, and really a poor shot. Well, just probably looking to place it between the fieldsmen. No real purpose in the shot, and in the end just hitting it in the air, and the fielder coming in and taking a catch. So St. David will, not only feel, but they should know that there has at least 1 foot or 1 hand on the trophy.
So yes, full toss as we look at the replay there, and Buffett coming in there and really diving and taking a really good catch. Is that Buffett? I don't think it's Buffett.
Right now.
Lambert it is that really came in and dived and took a very good catch. So Philip goes for 6. It's 140 for 9. As Nathan Alexander comes in. They probably feel that they have 1 foot in.
Well, I want to think that I don't know how I'm seeing St. Mark winning from here.
140 for 9. St. Mark still looking to get 28 runs.
Of course, in Formula 1, they may tell you that a man leading the race might be caught up within 6 or 7 laps. Yeah, I can't tell you over 2 or 5 overs, St. Mark will survive.
Well, Murray now comes over the wicket to bowl to Alexander, pushes on the onside. And again, Lambert comes in quickly, feels there's no chance of a run. Scoring is 140 for 9. It really has been a comeback from 99 for 1. And this one is play in front of him on the onside. Bishop at first slip. You have a backward point at third man on the boundary. Cover, extra cover, and a mid-off fairly wide. And he's looking to pull and he's bowled him. And St. David's sort of complete victory. So again, Alexander looking to pull, and that went right through him. And from a hit the middle stump. And St. David's sort of really come through.
Yes, and after losing those few wickets and exposing the middle order, I think it was all over for them. I think there was a couple crucial moments. The loss, of course, of Auguste, and of course when the captain fell, it was probably the end of the road for St. Mark.
Yeah, I thought that it really was a spirited reply, and one felt at one time that St. Mark's was running away with the tournament. The batting of Ugis, tremendous, and then Andrew, and they both look as though they would have finished that game pretty quickly. The loss of Ugis, leg before to Murray, and then we had the loss of Andrew, really would have turned things around. And as you said, there have been some pretty dicey decisions in and between, but at the end of the day, I thought that probably St. Mark's just didn't have the depth in terms of the batting to really pull through. But has been a good run, has been a good tournament, has been a good final, because this could have gone anyway. We saw that St. David started off pretty well, 70 odd for 1 wicket, 110 for 7, which meant that really St. Mark's would have been in charge. They got up to 167. And St. Mark's started brilliantly, 99 for 1, and both batsmen really batting splendidly. Having lost those wickets, they were able to come back and really being able to bowl them out for 140. St. David's winning by 27 runs. Really has been a pretty interesting game.
Yes, indeed it was. And normally sometimes we see a dull one-sided finals. We see sometimes there may be some excitement, but one cannot put this game in that type of category. It's been lost by 27. Chasing out, it was the highest total so far in the tournament. I think it's commendable. One still has to commend St. Mark on the effort, and also St. David on the effort to get there.
Yeah, one must comment St. Mark's, because I think up to this point they would have played undefeated, and as shown, particularly the bowling just seemed to be able to show a lot of options in terms of what happened in terms of the bowling. And we see today they stuck to it, even though St. David look at one time or looking to build a solid total, but they stuck at it. They were able to bowl out the 50 overs, and St. David ended up with 167. So again, they would have done well, and probably a little bit disappointing not being able to pull it off. At 99 for 1, you feel that you just had to continue, just push it around to get there.
Yes, indeed. So congratulations to St. David. I think St. Mark would feel agree, but these things will happen in tournaments where you play undefeated and you lost the only game you could ill afford to lose. St. David probably would have been saying that yes, the one we could have afforded to lose, we lost it. Yes, the one which really didn't matter.
Yeah. So since the finals, this Republic Bank Rightstart under 19 GCA Cup, St. David's versus St. Mark's. St. Mark's won the toss earlier today, and asked St. David's to take first strike, and St. David's get up to 167 for 8 in the allotment of 50 overs, and it was very clear. It was very encouraging that St. Mark's were able to bowl at 50 overs. So they got to 150, 168 for the loss of 8 wickets in 50 overs. Batting again for St. David's, nobody really came off, with the exception of GM Braffett, who got 38. At St. David's getting off to a good start, open stand up 47, and then 70 odd for 1, but just falling apart. Again, we saw the bowling of the captain Gangadin, who picked up 3 wickets, and we also for Andrew, who continued to bowl well, although he picked up 1 wicket, but really bowled well. And we see that St. David's 167. St. Mark's needed 168 for victory, and even though they lost their first wicket with a score on 1, they had a 98-run partnership, and really it looked at that time St. Mark's were really sailing on to victory at 99 for 1. But they lost wicket regularly, and nobody really seemed to stood up in the middle, and they were all out for 140. Really have been really turn around from being 99 for 1.
Yeah, well, the presentation crew is starting to put things together for the presentation, and I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a break, and when as soon as they're ready for us, we'll go over to them for the presentation.
Yeah, we certainly gonna take a break. I just wondering if
Yeah, take
yeah,
a
we
break.
see the
and-
teams are just gathering.
yeah, they're just sitting
Obviously,
around,
just
so-
to see a bit in terms of the sponsorship, Republic Bank. They have been really doing a tremendous job in terms of the sponsorship of the under-19 cricket. They have been doing it for years, and really even in this difficult period, they have been able to come on board to make sure that this tournament as we run, and again putting in the monies to sponsor yet another tournament.
Yep.
So the news is St. David's would have won this game by 27 runs, and certainly again they continue to do well. They won the tournament in 2018, 2019. There was no tournament in 2020, obviously because of the pandemic. They were able to come back in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, to complete this victory. So we'll take a little break now, and we'll join you maybe in a few moments when the presentation starts.
Today is a very special day for us. Today, Republic Bank is extremely pleased to announce our partnership with the most outstanding and exceptional son of the soil, Anderson Jamal Peters. Born October 21st, 1997, this young man, who's getting all our attention today, is from the village of Soubise in St. Andrew. Today, Republic Bank takes a bold step by aligning our goals to his successes. And now, it is my pleasure to endorse none other than the young, super talented, world champion, Anderson Jamal Peters, as a Republic Bank brand ambassador.
My name is Anderson Peters, and I'm originally from La Pastora, St. David's, but I currently live in Soubise, St. Andrews with my family. I'm a past student at the Coring Government School as well as the St. David's Catholic Secondary School. At first, I wanted to become a sprinter like the great Usain Bolt, but I kept getting injured. In 2011, my coach Paul Phillip recognized my work ethics and recommended that I try the field events. 1 year later, I started my record-breaking career in track and field. I started with the records at the St. David's Catholic Secondary School, then at Intercalls, then at the Grenada National Champs, and on to the Carifta Games. At the beginning of my career, I had no idea that track and field was such a huge international sport. I didn't even know what the Carifta game was until Coach Paul explained it to me. In 2012, I made my first Carifta team, and I had the opportunity to witness Trinidad's Keyshawn Walcott become the under-20 champion. I had the courage to actually see how far I could throw mine. In doing so, I was able to become the under-17 champion and record holder. I went on to become 5-time gold medalist and record holder in the javelin. I had dreams of winning every title there was. Those dreams led me to become 5-time Carifta champion and still current record holder, World Junior bronze medalist, Commonwealth bronze medalist, 2-time SEC champion and record holder, 2-time NCAA champion and record holder, Pan American Games champion and record holder. Pretty satisfied with the results that I've been putting up while still abiding by the COVID-19 protocols. I'm certainly looking forward to making my first appearance in the Olympic Games and battling with the best javelin throwers around the world for the Olympic title.
Welcome to the presentation ceremony for the final of the Republic Bank Rightstart GCA Under 19 tournament. We've witnessed 11 competitive matches in this year's tournament, and we're here at the final stage where we witnessed victory for St. David's by 27 runs in the final against St. Mark. So join me and let's give a hand to our competing teams in the final, St. David's and St. Mark, for an excellent tournament. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the members of the presentation party today. We have Mr. Dwayne Gill, the president of the Grenada Cricket Association, and to his left, Mr. Dorian McPhail, representing Republic Bank, Grenada Limited, our title sponsor, and he's the manager of the Melville Street branch of the bank. Today, we're going to get into the presentations because we think we need to reward our players for outstanding tournament this year. We have some individual awards which we're going to present, and then we are going to present medals to our competing teams in the finals, along with a trophy for the winners. But before I do that, I would like to announce that tomorrow we're going to be back here at the National Stadium for the All-Star match in the tournament, where some of the best players in the tournament will come up against each other. 27 of them will be involved in that match tomorrow. And if you permit me just a minute or two to run through the list of the players involved tomorrow. Team A, led by Kervin Gangadine, will include Kervin Gangadine himself as captain, Jamal Lambert, Darren Sensier, Wendon Charles, Raquel Sylvester, Ronald Walker, Sylvan Charles, Akeem Ogis, Bijan Embleton, Kurtzen Murray, Tyrone Charles, Dante Alexander, and Rion Mitchell. Team B, led by Teddy Bishop, will include Teddy Bishop himself as captain, Devonnie Joseph, Joe Max Wildman, Shion Andrew, Corey Celestine, Jivon Andrew, Kurt Murray, Jelani George, Deshante Thomas, Kelshawn Andrew, Devin Tyson, Enoch Toussaint, Gerald Jeremiah, and Tion Charles. So we want to congratulate all the players who have been selected to participate in the best of the best tomorrow, right here at the National Stadium from 10 a.m. The final encounter of the 2021 Republic Bank Rightstart GCA Under 19 tournament. We're going to start with the player of the match at today's match. And the player of that match, for his match-changing spell of 5 for 32, that is Kurt Murray from St. David's. And we're going to invite Mr. Gill to make the presentation. And Kurt will receive a trophy and a bat from the president of the GCA. Next up, we can ask Mr. Gill to remain. The next award is to the best batsman in the tournament. And without a doubt, he dominated from the first match to the very last. He scored consistently, and I believe his margin of his run, he aggregated 244 runs in the tournament with over 100 more than the nearest rival. The best batsman in the tournament, Akeem Ogis from St. Mark, he will receive a trophy and a bat from the president of the GCA. And we must know that Akeem Ogis is actually from the island of St. Lucia, who is representing St. Mark's in this tournament. So congratulations to Akeem, and it was a pleasure having you here. Akeem, wait for your bat. The best bowler in the tournament, finishing with 15 wickets, including 5 for 32 in the final, Kurt Murray. He'll receive a pair of gloves from the president of the GCA. No, there was no issue. Yeah. We move to the best keeper throughout the tournament, and the best keeper in the tournament adjudicated to be Jamal Lambert from St. David's. Jamal will receive a trophy and a bat presented by the president of the GCA. And we are here for the final individual award. The most valuable player of the tournament In our cricket, we give it to the person who had the biggest impact on their team winning the overall championship. And it was a no-brainer. The MVP of the tournament finished with an average of 9.67 with the ball, an economy rate of 3.45, picking up 15 wickets, Kurt Murray. He will receive a trophy and a bat, another bat. So that was the end of the individual awards, and we move over now to the team awards. We're going to ask Mr. Gill to remain to assist with the medals for the runners-up, and we're going to call the players so they can come to receive their medals from St. Mark. So we're going to start with, we can ask you guys to come up one by one to receive your medals. So we're going to start with Akeem Ogis. Shion Andrew. Kelshon Andrew. Dante Alexander. Shandy Frederick. Deshaun Jurakan. Nathan Phillip. How much more we have, boy? How much? Todd Fortune. Jakari Ashton. Cordell Lewis. Alex Bartholomew. Terrell Narain. Ronaldo Botran. The captain, Kervin Gangadine. Much more, boy? Yeah, so yeah, the mentor. Yeah. We're gonna have the coach, Mr. Rene Belfon. The mentor, Windward Island Volcano player, Kavim Hodge. And the manager, Mr. Gangadine, Kelly Gangadine. So let's give a hand to St. Mark, the runners-up in the 2021 edition of the Republic Bank GCA Rightstart Under 19 tournament. We're now going to invite Mr. Dorian McPhail to assist us with the presentation of medals to our winning team, champion team for 2021. Another title to the victorious St. David's outfit. And we will start with Jaden Glasgow, Wesley Hayes, the MVP and player of the final, Kurt Murray, Kurtzen Murray. Jamil Lambert. Jamal Lambert. You get after. Alex Charles. Jaheim Braffett. Kaden Rubin. Riquel Sylvester. Corey Celestine. Javel Bartholomew. Rishon Murray. Mahir Lambert. The captain Teddy Bishop. The coach Coach Clyde Telesford. And the team mentor, Ryan John. In the meanwhile, we ask all the St. David's players to return. All St. David's players, please return. Again, I'm appealing to all the St. David's players to return. And as we're going to witness the final presentation, the president, can you come in front of the table, guys? Come in front of the table. And where we're going to have the final presentation to the captain of the St. David's team, the winners of the 2021 Republic Bank GCA Rightstart tournament. Teddy Bishop come to the front to receive the championship trophy from Mr. Darian McPhail, representative of Republic Bank, sponsors of the Republic Bank Rightstart GCA Under 19 tournament. So let's give a hand to St. David's, our champions of the 2021 tournament. So this brings an end to the final of the tournament. Reminding you that we're back here tomorrow from 10 a.m. for the All-Star game, which is going to be streamed live on the Grenada Cricket Association's Facebook page and our YouTube page. So do join us tomorrow from 10 a.m. In the meantime, we're going to celebrate the success here of St. David's with some pictures as mementos for the finals, their victory in the finals. So from all of us at the GCA, we want to say thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 a.m.